Hi everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee and I hope you're having a very blessed day today. I'm evening out my page here because I just prepped it, threw some gesso on here. And sorry y'all about my hoarse voice. I'm still fighting whatever it is. It's been off and on and I just have a hoarse voice right now. So, but it's a lazy Sunday afternoon and the house is quiet and empty and it's a perfect time to get in the Word. And I've been really wanting to do a page like this. So the funny thing is I have been looking at compasses for a few days now, actually probably a couple weeks now. Compasses, I will explain, have a deep meaning to me. I'll explain as I do the page. But it's funny because I saw somebody do a page called Where Are You Going? And they used some printables from his palette, which is like, it was like a map with like these signposts, as well as a compass. And I do not have that printable, but I have these compasses that I found on Google and these signposts, this like free graphic arts or whatever. And so I'm going to kind of imitate the page a little bit, but again, do my own thing. But if you want, go to his palette. She has some printables over there about like, compasses and maps and things like that. If not, use what you have. So today we're going to be in Psalm 119. And I am actually going to be focusing on verse 59, Psalm 119:59. It says, I thought about my ways and turned my steps back to your decrees. I hurried, not hesitating to keep your commands. Though the ropes of the wicked were wrapped around me, I did not forget your instruction. I rise at midnight to thank you for your righteous judgments. I am a friend to all who fear you, to those who keep your precepts. Lord, the earth is filled with your faithful love. Teach me your statutes. I really love Psalm 119. It's all about the word and his instructions and the Lord's statutes, obedience, following his word. And so I'm going to title this page, Where Are You Going? Which direction? That's what the signpost, like there's so many different directions we can follow, and which one direction are we going to go? And so the compass, as I was saying, so I printed out a couple of these images, free images from Google, just these little compasses. And I really... Okay, so long story short, my husband never got tattoos his whole life until middle age, I guess, because he was in the military. Surprisingly, he never got any tattoos in the military. It was after he retired and all that he actually got some compass tattoos. And the compass to us signifies due north. Like our relationship points us in the right direction of where we are to go. God points us in the relationship, in the direction that we need to go. So compasses for us signify our walk with God as well as our walk with each other in our marriage. And whenever like we feel like we're getting lost, who do we look to? We look to God and we look to our spouse, and that kind of like centers us and brings us back. So that's one of the reasons why I like compasses. And so I've really been wanting to do a page with this. I've done some pages with compasses before, but yeah, this one kind of means something to me because I'm kind of like, for those who've been following me, my journey with the Lord has been kind of like this lately. And, I'm trying to head back. And that's why I really like verse 59. I thought about my ways and turned my steps back to your decrees, because the Lord is our compass. He tells us the way to go. So I'm going to be using Mermaid Lagoon and Peacock Feathers. These are the two blues I have. I have a couple other ones, but I like these. And we are going to be doing the squishing technique. Super easy. Got my acrylic block here, which is really messy. I need to clean it. And the peacock feathers, I'm going to put some on the page here. Grab some water. Squish, squish, squish. And then a little plastic bag or any kind of plastic. And I'm just going to kind of go in and do some squishing. Squish, squish. I love this technique just for the fact you can get cool color on your page and not really have to do a lot. And it's just a great way to get some color on your page. And again, every time you do this technique, you're going to get a different effect because, it'll never, ever be the same. So I'm just kind of going down here. A lot of this is going to be covered, I'm thinking. So I'm going to try to squish that a little bit. Okay, let's grab some paper towel. Let's make sure that's not going to soak through there. Okay, yeah, I'm really hoarse, y'all. Sorry about that. Probably don't even sound like myself. This is Mermaid Lagoon. We're going to do, like, just add a little bit different color. Where'd my water go? Here we go. I always like doing a couple different colors. Give it some dimension. Let's go like this. Ooh, I really do like that darker. Oh, my goodness, y'all. I hope you're all doing fine. I cannot believe we are at the end of October already. This is craziness, y'all. Let's put a couple up there. Like this year, well, I can't say that because this year seems to have been dragging because it's been, my husband and I have started terming this year the year from hell, unfortunately. It has just been the year that it just did not stop. Still hasn't stopped, but you know, we're trying to get through it. So it feels like this year's been going on forever, but then again, turn around and look and it's the end of October already. I'm like, dang, it's going so fast. But that's life. It goes fast. Okay, let's dry this. I'm going to be using the new Tim Holtz tissue paper that I got from the Hobby Lobby haul that I showed you all a while back. And so I'm going to be using this. And I like it because it's got the letters, the numbers, and it's just kind of like, to me, it's like, which direction are you going? You have all these choices, you know? I like some of these really darker spots. We'll see how it shows through. Yeah, it's going to show through a little bit. I might have to put some on top. We might do a few layers. Oops. Apparently I didn't get that spot with my gesso. That's okay. Y'all see that right there? We'll just incorporate that on that page or color over it. No biggie. I remember when I first started journaling, if that happened at the beginning, I'd be like, no, it was like life was over. I was like, no, it's soaked through. Now I'm like, oh, that's just more texture for the page, or I'll add it into the, you know, and it never really affects the page that you're doing. You can always cover it with some paint, go over it with some white gesso if you don't like it, if it doesn't go with your color scheme or whatever, or incorporate it into whatever picture you're doing. But yeah, I've learned over the years, it's like, oh, it's just more texture. It's more color for the page. Okay. So here is the paper, the tissue paper. I'm going to just, let me see, tear this across here. It's easier to fool around with just like this. I'm going to go from the top, and I want it to kind of come out. Like so. We're just going to have it kind of, I don't know, no rhyme or reason. There we go. And we'll just tear this piece off. Let me think. Let's see. Oh, I like that too. That kind of looks like a compass even. It's got that same imagery. And then I want some to come from this side as well. So I'm going to just tear this. I love these alphabets. I'll move that because I'll probably use that for something. Let's tear this down a little. I just love this tissue paper. You can use it for so many different kind of collaging and things. Okay. You know what? I don't want that as prominent there. I'm going to kind of go in like that. Okay, I think I like that there. I think. I'm going to put this up here. So let me grab these colored pencils. Let's see what color this is. It's like that darker blue. Maybe I should go with this blue. Kind of goes with that a little. Do I have? Or maybe like this more aqua green. Yeah, let's do that one. So this one is aquamarine. I should have just gone with that one in the first place. Aquamarine kind of matches this color. So I'm going to color this through. I thought about my ways and turned my steps back to your decrees. I hurried, not hesitating to keep your commands. That's kind of what I'm really focusing on, but I'm also going to just kind of highlight this whole section here. Like so. Just kind of go in and play. Okay. So did that. Okay, so some of these I think I want to put behind and peeking out a little. I'm thinking maybe even coming off the page a little. It'll kind of, so I printed these on clear sticker paper. So when I put these down, the color behind is going to show through. So I'm trying to figure out if the color is going to like totally overwhelm this, but no, I think it'll just kind of fade into the background, which I like. And I'm thinking this is going to go right about here or so. So this one, I think I might want to come down a little bit and yeah, like kind of point to this verse. So I think I'll put that there. Let me see. This one, so I got this a little smaller one of these. I might have this one kind of coming from the top of the page. Perhaps. Maybe we'll see. Sorry about my sniffling, y'all. Oh, let's see. Do we want it on top? Or underneath? Or would I rather this one be coming up here with some color? Y'all help me. Help. This one coming from the top, like I said from the original. Maybe we'll just do that. I think we'll go that way. Okay, so if this one's gonna go underneath, that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm gonna put this down first before I glue this piece on. That's what I was trying to figure out, like how I wanted it to go. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and you know what? Before I start all that, okay, I'm gonna hold all this because this is the way I want it. And put that aside. And I'm gonna hold this up. This is how I want this, not up here. I was gonna do some splatters, some black splatters, because I just wanted to kind of ground the page. So I'm gonna grab my neocolor crayons. Got all these ideas of what I want to do, and yet I always forget. Okay, I'm gonna grab some water. I have my cup of water here. And my brush. And I am just going to get this nice and... Ooh, there we go. I like some big ones and some little ones. A lot of that will be hidden. Okay, I'm gonna dab that up just a tad. Okay, I might put some on top too, so let's keep this out. Okay, let's try this. I'm bringing in the splatters from these kind of images. Y'all know me, I work from the images I have and I try to incorporate the same type of feel. Like this is kind of like watercolor feel. This is watercolor feel. So I'm using this kind of splattery type look, incorporating the same kind of imagery my picture has. So it kind of brings the whole page together into a cohesiveness. don't want those to smear, so I want those to dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, let's try this again. This is gonna go like right there. So let's put this down. Okay. Okay, you are gonna go right there. Ooh, I love that blue through there. Ooh, yes. Love it. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down because instead of using gesso on this, since this is Distress Oxide ink or Distress ink, I'm just gonna glue this down versus gessoing it like a napkin decoupage, because if I use water on this, it'll just smear it all. So I'm going to do this, and then what I'll probably do is gesso the edges down, or maybe the top of this, so it'll look more translucent. But right now I'm just going to use this glue to hold this down. So let's get this going, and let's try to do it without getting all those little crinkles in it, even though it's tissue paper and the crinkles make it fun. Okay, I'm gonna grab my scissors here. Am I in camera for y'all? Okay, so down here I got this little part sticking out, so I'm just gonna cut this off. Goodness, y'all. Still on my finger there. Okay, so let me grab my gesso. A different brush. I have a different brush here. I'm gonna grab the gesso, water it down a little, and I'm just gonna gesso down these edges real quick. Be careful around your ink right there, because since it is Distress, it's water activated and it will smear with the water. So you want to be careful. I'm just gessoing these edges down just to make sure they stay down. Normally I would go over the whole top of this. And what I might do is just kind of go over these edges along the sides here, and then just kind of go like this. This will make it a little bit more translucent. I really have no words showing through. I just have the color of the ink, which I like. Look at that. And it looks like you didn't even put tissue paper on here. It looks like you stamped, or I don't know, you did these different layers, and really you didn't. And it's super easy because all you did was put a piece of tissue paper over some color, and it looks like it's all together. I love it. So cool. Okay, so then, okay, let's let that dry. So in the meantime, this side. So nothing's going underneath this one, so I'm going to glue this first. Oop. And be careful, it is tissue paper, so it's pretty thin. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna smooth it out, get rid of all those lumps and bumps, as many as I can. Let's just get those little edges down. Cool. Okay. And then we're gonna do the same thing here. Get a little bit of water, and I'm just gonna do these edges just to make sure that they're down, they're sealed, it's all good. I'm being very careful around the ink. I don't want to get it too wet because then it'll smear. And then I'm going to go down this edge. This is a great way to seal any of your decoupaging or tissue paper, and then I'm just going to quickly just kind of go over this side a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get that in my water, close this up, and there we go. So far so good, y'all. Okay, I can never get this one on the treads for some reason. This one always gives me problems. Okay, let's try this. So what is pointing you true north? What does that in your life? What gets you back on track? For me, spending time in the Word, talking to my husband. Sometimes I just need to talk things out. And y'all, I have to give props to my husband because, you know, he's finally learned over the years that I don't want him to solve my problems. I just want him to listen to me. You know, guys always want to solve the problem. They always want to solve the problem. But he's learned over the years, I mean, we've been married forever. He has learned that, you know what? I don't want him to solve the problem. Sometimes I just want him to listen. And he's been getting very good at that. He's like, okay, you just want me to listen to you? I'm like, yes, just listen to me. He's like, okay. So he'll just sit there. And I don't even care if he's listening or not. Sometimes I just need to talk it all out. Whether he's listening or not, he's just sitting there nodding his head, doing whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm talking my thing out. And then as I'm talking, I'm figuring things out for myself or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, or whatever it might be. I'm like, thanks, hon. And he's like, yeah, glad to help. And even though he didn't do anything. So, excuse me, y'all. So yeah, you know, that's part of marriage, is learning what your spouse needs and just doing it or pretend to do it. And he's good at pretending. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more on top here now. I just want a little bit more of that layering. Let's put some in there. Ooh, yeah, I like that one. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Seal that up. Move this water away. Move the ink away. Okay, let's finish putting these on. So I think I'm going to glue this. I'm going to put that there. Oh, you know what? Let's dry those splatters real quick. So if you ever do find yourself getting off track, just kind of remember, you know, I love this. I thought about my ways and turned my steps back to your decree. Sometimes you have to turn around, literally. That's kind of what repent means, even. If you do a word study on repent, it means you're going one direction. Repent means to turn and go the other way. And that's kind of what this is. I turned my steps back. It's like you're repenting and you're turning your steps back and going the way you know you should go. And there are many times in my life where I've had to do that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm kind of getting off track right now. Let's get back on track. Okay, so this blue is going to show through here. I don't know how it's going to react with these colors. It might just kind of drown them out, but we shall see what's going to happen. But I do like this compass and the colors on it, so I'm going to try to use some of it. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty light when you do it on. Now, if you don't want to do it on sticker paper, you could do it on white paper and have this compass really stand out. I wanted it kind of a different look. Okay, I want this to point to the verse. So there we go. So yeah, it does kind of fade into the background a lot more than I was kind of hoping, but it's okay. It's okay. It gives it like just some little color there. And then I'm going to glue this. So again, if you don't want that look, just print it on white paper like this, or you could put, you know, glue it, you know, stick it to a piece of white paper. If you accidentally printed it on sticker paper, you're like, no, I want it to show up more or whatever, you could do that. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I wanted this though, because I knew this was going to fade into the background for sure. Excuse me. So I am going to, let's see, we want this here. I wanted this to show up for sure. And again, it's still, because it's monochromatic, it's black and white, it is going to fade in a little bit, but since I put it on the white paper, it's popping up just a tad. And, you know, that's, I didn't want it to be like, you know, but this is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So, there we go. And how was I doing this? Oh, I'm getting stuff everywhere. Let's see, this one, where did we say we were going to put it? Over here somewhere. Golly, my nose, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I like that right there. Okay, and then this one I'm going to have kind of coming off the page at the top a little bit. So I like having these little just splashes of color. And this one I'm gonna have, yeah, just kind of coming off the top, just a tad. Actually, I wonder if I want it to come off a little bit more. Let's see if I can remove it without ripping. If not, then I'll just leave it. Careful, careful. Yeah. Careful. There we go. I do want it to come off just a little bit more. Where's the top of the page? Oh, goodness. Okay. Doesn't help that I got something in my hand. There you go. I wanted to kind of cut the compass off just a tad. I don't know why. It's just a look I like. Where it's, you know, for me, that when you do things like this and you cut things off, it kind of makes the feeling that the page goes a lot further than just right here. Like when you have things cut off like that, it just makes the page seem bigger because it feels, and you know, it's like that optical illusion of it going past just this plane. Okay, so did that. What else did I want to do? Oh, I got my title. Duh. Okay, let's figure out where. So I just printed this out again on some cardstock, or not cardstock, but where are you going? And I'm going to take this pencil. Actually, I'll wait until it's glued down. So I'm going to glue these. Let's see, do we want it like that? Or do I want to go kind of like this? So I don't cover the words. So let's say I'm covering the words right there. Or, no. Where? We can do it like this. Where are you going? I just keep fooling with them. I don't know how I like it to be set up here. Maybe I will just cover the words. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, I like that. That's where I'm putting it. I think that was my original. I always second guess myself, y'all. I'm like, maybe this will be better. Maybe that'll be better. And then after about 100 different moves, it's like, oh, right back at the beginning, right back where I was at the beginning. It's okay. And I could probably cut this paper down a little bit more, but I kind of like it. I want the title to stand out just a little bit. So where are you going? You going the right direction? Are you growing every day? Growing in whatever way it may mean for you. Not all of us grow the same way. God leads us in different directions. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in this into the title. So I'm just going to kind of go in. And do some squiggly wiggly lines. And get this to stand out just a tad. So again, we're in Psalm 119. If you haven't read the whole psalm, oh, y'all, it's a long psalm. It's one of the longest. And I think it's the middle of the Bible too. So one of the verses in Psalm 119 is the middle of the Bible, if I'm not mistaken. I should have looked that up. But it's one of the longest psalms, and it's all about the word of the Lord. And I think it's really cool the way God has set up the Bible. I mean, even if you look up, even if you do a study on how the Bible was kind of put together, there's a lot of things that can't be explained because everyone's like, oh, the Bible was put together by human hands and all, and I understand that. They formed the canon and all that. But if you look, I think the middle verse, and I'm going to have to look it up, but the middle verse I think is in Psalm 119 somewhere, and the very middle verse of the whole Bible is like the word, it talks about the word of the Lord. And it's just really cool how before, there's like a certain amount of scriptures before the middle verse and a certain amount of scriptures after the middle verse, and all the numbers kind of match up. And it's just like this whole really cool thing. I did a study on it a while back, but that alone shows you that the Lord was involved in the composing of how the Bible was put together. So I just think that's pretty cool too. So I don't know, just another side tidbit if you guys want to do another side studying. So I have these. I'm trying to use the stuff I have. This is Tim Holtz, Ideology, Small Talk, little scripture verses here. Excuse me, y'all. And I was going to use some of these, and now I can't remember which ones I wanted to use. Oh, like this one. No journey is too great if you find what you seek. And there's a couple other ones, so I'm going to use this one. It's a long one, but and it's probably going to fade in a lot, but I'm going to kind of have it stick out a little, so it kind of draws your eye to this. So that one, because it's talking about where are you going. So we're talking about the journey. I might want to do some black and white ones. Let's see here. Life was meant for a great adventure. Let's see. Look on the bright side. Be open to whatever comes next. Adventure awaits you. Travel the world over to find the beautiful. Oh, that's cute too. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Ooh, that one, boy, that speaks to me for this year. Actually, but that's a long one. I wanted kind of like a short one. Excuse me. Let's see here. Live each day with grace and authenticity. The journey is the destination. Ooh, I like that too. And not all who wander are lost. I've done a page like that before. Gosh, y'all, sorry. There's so many. Always take the scenic route. Live every day with intention. Ooh, where are you? Oh, I like that one. Live every day with intention. Okay, I'm definitely using that one. Start each day with a grateful heart. That's another great one. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put this one here. This is kind of like little baby washi tapes, kind of. I think that might be enough. I just want just a couple things, but there's so many on here. I like the journey is the destination and all that, because we're talking about like, where are you going? What journey are you taking? Which route are you following? Where would I put that? The journey is the destination. Because I was actually just talking to my husband about this the other day. I'm like, enjoy the journey. Sometimes, because he was in the military, he's like, get to the mission. We got to get there. We're on a mission. So if we're going someplace, sometimes he gets so focused on the destination that he forgets the journey. And I reminded him of this the other day. I'm like, honey, enjoy the journey. Sometimes the journey is the best part, but he's like, we got to get there. We're on a mission. He gets in that mode. And I was just reminding him of this. So that's kind of where this is coming from. I'm going to put this one, I think, right here. The journey is the destination. That reminds me of to enjoy the journey. Okay, well, there we go. There's our page. I mean, I can always put a lot more, but I think I will stop because you all know me. I will just keep going and it will never end. But here we go. So let me bring it up close. So there is our squishing. Oops, sorry, y'all. Our squishing method. Where are you going? So again, we are in Psalm 119. We focused on verses 57 through 64, but verse 59 is the verse that I'm really focusing on this page. And I just used some Tim Holtz tissue paper, some stickers, and just some distress ink. So thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that. And where are you going? Maybe that's a question you can ask yourself this week. And are you headed in the right direction? Hopefully you are. And now I look on this page. This was from Journey Through the Bible 2020. Let's see. Yeah, when we started Journey Through the Bible. The Adventure Begins, that was our beginning of that adventure. And that's kind of cool how, where are you going? The Adventure Begins. And those pages actually just kind of complement each other in a way. So, and the red, white, and blue, yeah, you know, I'm getting that red, white, and blue America feeling right there. So, who knew? Another happy accident. But anyways, y'all, have a great day. Love y'all. See you next time. Bye-bye.